Dwarf Fortress Let's Play from Mike of Nearly Enough Dice. When last we left Gategully, I was concerned about this individual here because they desperately needed something to finish up their, well, to start, in fact, their project with their strange mood. I thought it must be silk, so I sent my dwarves. I opened up the lower caverns to allow them to get at the silk and desperately hope that that would in fact help, and it has very much so. So Ginetrish Rigurth here has started their construction, so making all that silk was a good thing, so I'm very happy with that. I now have to start thinking about whether or not I want to whether I or not I want to make sure that there's enough silk, and chuck that into workflow is the thinking. So if we change that, and let's say cloth only silk, and we say 35, so 30 to 35. We can have a look at and make sure there's always enough silk on hand. But I'm not entirely sure whether that actually does what I think, whether that will do what I want it to do, which is stop silk production when I've got enough. But that's fine. Thread any material. I'm kind of curious as to why people are still making thread, because I've actually got enough thread. If I hit Shift O, this goes into what's called priority order. So obviously this is, oh no, I don't have, I really don't have enough of these things. So silk cloth and silk thread are obviously in need of making more of. I've got leather gloves being made on a regular basis, and clearly being used on a regular basis as well. So that's an ongoing thing. My masterful cabinets, I want 6 of them in the end, and I only have 2 at the minute. But that's ongoing. My stews are still like that. It seems to be quite difficult to keep up with making enough food. Well, this 1,000 is a slightly ridiculous number, and it's if suddenly I stopped producing food at all between the 1,000 there and the 1,000 other things, the 1,000 roasts. That's purely theirs. That would be if we stopped eating food, then we'd have about a year's supply, which we probably don't need. Masterful arm stands and weapon racks and stuff, that's all ongoing. So that's all cool. Want some masterful coffins, but I'm beginning to think I'm making them out of rock, which is actually I think is not going to give me what I want, which is very valuable pieces of furniture that I can chuck into my nobles' quarters, and what am I trying to do here? Chuck into my nobles' quarters and make them very, very valuable. This is a finely crafted silver statue of donkeys. The item is finely designed, the image of donkeys in silver by Saveshim. Ornaments and spikes of superior quality memorial. So that's an 830 value statue, as opposed to this one, which is only 290. So that's still only a great bedroom and not a grand bedroom. So yeah, doing advanced statues looks like it's going to be a bit of a pain. So let's have a look at these statues. 520, 270, 290, 520, 520. Well, okay, so double carrot dash. And this is all really just a rehearsal, because what I'm wanting to do eventually is make a... what eventually I'm wanting to do is make a royal apartment, you know, royal this and royal that, and I'm really not quite sure how I'm going to do that. One possibility is to simply, you know, keep making statues. I'm just not sure. Yeah, am I going to be able to keep up with the amount of silver? Now, I do now have a magma forge and a magma smelter, and the magma forge and magma smelter are making, they're just smelting just everything at the minute. But yeah, have I screwed up there? Yeah, I suspect I have. H root. Lower R QSP. Move the cursor to there. Enter XXX. Enter set file design items. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to enable absolutely bloody everything, right? Because this is the thing I've seen about quantum stockpiles. Because the stockpile the thing that makes my brain is not working at the minute. Yeah, because I've set this to be the input stockpile. Anything that's there will get moved here. That will once this is there. So that enables me to not worry quite so much about you know, getting things absolutely right. So I want my lower. I'm just gonna do the same with this one. Because that way I don't have to worry about yeah, the setting up of the stop to be correct. Everything should be fine. It should automatically work. My problem is that no one's coming down to do the vehicle hauling. Possibility is that I have screwed up something. Another thing I've just discovered with trading is that when the traders freak out and drop their stuff and run away, that counts as value that I have stolen, which I think is actually rather funny. Essentially, what happens is every time they send out a trade caravan, they effectively keep track of, okay, how much stuff have we sent out versus how much stuff came back, and if very little stuff comes back out, then like for example, they've just dropped a whole bunch of stuff and they don't get anything back, the trade deficit grows and they get upset with us. What I'm trying to do is find out what labour is needed to push the damn thing, and make sure that I've got people who push things. The hauling labour is it's called push haul vehicles. So I'm just going to go into Dwarf Therapist, connect F. My default is labels full, so we're just going to look at that. So over here in the hauling thing, push all vehicles. So I actually have tons of people doing that, though none of them are coming down here to do it. So which is slightly irritating. And there's some adamantite tempting me, but none of it I can actually get. Well, not that particular spike there. Oh, now here we go. So this is a very bad thing because I'm now tempted to give it a go. I mean, there's lots of water, like lots of water, that I have to somehow deal with. Yeah, adamantite spikes. This is exactly what they talk about when they say dwarves delved too greedily and too deep. That's surrounded by a lot of lava, so I don't know how tempted I am. I'm a bit tempted over here, I've got to admit. Bit tempted over here. So there might be some adamantite I can get to. The problem is, it's going to be like a pain in 2/3 to mine all the way over there, because odds on, because all this is going to count as warm stone. So I'm thinking if I can get to there. But you know, that way madness lies. Much madness. Kind of have to go for it though. I mean, it is a totally insane idea, but I really kind of feel I have to. Also going to dig another channel here. Yep, I'm digging a channel there because I can then make a second magma smelter. The purpose of so I can reduce my reliance on charcoal even further than I have already by having a smelter. Yeah. Okay, other things I need to look at. I've made a lever, and I believe that lever is connected to this grate, which I have now walled off. So I've walled that off. Oh, they finally go around to doing that. Yeah. I was. This is ages ago when I was trying to work out where the lava was, and I've smoothed that, and then I was going to dig fortifications just in case there was lava on the other side. I could run away from it, but I have since discovered where all the lava is, so I don't need to do that anymore. So again, I'm walling that off even more, right? So this is a hatch which is connected to this lever. Actually, no, I think it's connected to this lever. I was going to make like a floodgate or something, so that this is completely impassable, but I can actually just do it with doors. Make sure it's not pet passable. I kind of went really over the top and kind of insisted I have to do this with a lever. So this lever is going to block that off, and then this lever opens this hatch here. The logic, right? What I'm planning to do is way up here, right? So way up here on -7. Oh, someone's finally getting around to doing this. Brilliant. See, this is going to be a track stop, and it's going to dump north when it gets there. And dumping north means dropping everything down this huge long pipe here. Wow, this is they haven't really finished. So I can that'll enable me to transport ore and various other things way down to the bottom there. I'm just going to very quickly check this person does do clothes making, which I think they do, weaving clothes making. Let's make you not do weaving anymore. You're not going to do any farming either. So you're just going to do that. Because this person is now a master clothes maker, and that's what I want. Sweet. And I'm going to, let's go have a look at... It's interesting, that's been destroyed. I wonder if that's why that's blue, because it's been destroyed. No? Okay. I wonder why that's blue. Anyway. This is a cave spider silk dress. All craft dwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with round Gebra capuchons and encircled with bands of cave spider silk and maple. It is made from cave spider silk cloth. The object menaces with spikes of cave spider silk. On the item is an image of a rose-cut gem in cave spider silk. On the item is an image of Blow murdered the pig iron buckler in water buffalo bone. That is a strange, strange dress. It is worth 11,000 dwarf bucks, which is not bad. Hurrah. So I've now got a legendary clothes maker, which is quite sweet. So I can that's an individual who can just keep making clothes. Right, so I need to build, construct, stop. I need to build a stop here. And I need to escape because I screwed up already. Stop. Dump north, dump around north, and place it, and we'll make it out of church blocks because they're close. Okay with that, and P custom stockpile. So this is going to be all the stuff that I want to dump downstairs. So no bins, no barrels. I think we'll have up to 3 wheelbarrows. Actually, I'm not going to have wheelbarrows because everything should be relatively close. So I'm going to want stone. Forbid. So economic is... what the hell, if I get any bituminous coal, we can have that. So this is fluxstone. And metal ore. So metal ores and fluxstone, that's the main thing I'm going to want. Yeah, that's pretty much, that's bars, blocks, forbid, and basically coal. So iron ore, metal ores, fluxstone, and coal. It's going to go in there. Let's take from there. I think I also have to think here's where I also take from, and I take from here. Pretty sure this is my bars stockpile. It's got charcoal in it. Yep. What's in this one? That's got food. What? Okay, so that's my soap one. Okay. Okay, yeah, fine. I don't want that. Yeah, Brill. Right, that's now installed. I need to hit T if I want to look at the actual description and indeed the value. Well-crafted silver statue of hamsters. The item is world-designed image of two hamsters in silver by Captain Savishim. Object menaces with spikes of memorial. Now the question is, okay, we now have a grand bedroom. And it only took 3 silver statues to do it. That's quite a lot. Let's go upstairs, because I've got, what have we got here? I've got, I need T again, not V, not K. Iron statues, value 500 actually. Oh, okay. Oh, that's, I see, that's a quite good. This is a well-crafted statue. Green glass statue isn't very valuable. Okay, I thought green glass was quite valuable, but apparently not. Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm questioning whether I want to make things out of silver, which I don't absolutely have vast amounts of. Or whether I was wondering what that M is. I think that M is a mackerel. Oh, it's a mussel. Okay. Sorry, it was just literally that M. I was wondering what the hell that was. Yeah, I mean, I don't have. In terms of you know, bars. Oh, there we go. The confusable thing. I've got a lot of iron bars. I only have 57 silver bars. Got a lot of lead bars. But you know, I've got a lot of iron bars, and how am I doing for steel actually? Steel, where's steel? There we go. I've got a lot of steel. Make things out of steel maybe. Tab. Steel bars are value 150. Bronze value. Silver. How do I view the damn thing again? Why isn't it letting me view them? Oh, hit caps lock. Ugh, silver's value 50. Huh. So maybe I should make things out of steel. Just make my statues out of steel in general. I wonder if I think I might do that actually. I've got a lot of silver. I've got a lot of steel. It's quite valuable. More valuable than silver, which is slightly surprising. Material value 10. Sterling silver, material value 8. Whereas steel is a material value 30. Well, there you go. That's what we're doing now. Is what we're doing. Right. So shift F1 down to build workshop. No, build furnace. Magma smelter. Made out of cherry blocks, which is very far away, but never mind. Anyway, so this here, if I put this on other objects, steel. Where do you make statues? I made statues. I swear to God, I made statues. Maybe it's not. Oh, it's a furniture. That's right. Steel statue. Put that on repeat. Alt W for workflow. And Shift 8 add a limit. Statue. Now Shift Enter. Statue steel, and this is, I want the quality to be masterful. I want some masterwork statues. And I'll just leave the range as is. This means I'll make a lot of iron statues, but I could a lot of steel statues. But I'm not going to complain too particularly. If you know, it takes a while. Right, so that's a forge there. I want not yes, I want another thing there. So I want 1, 2, 3. I want to dig a channel here to put a new metalsmith's forge in, because those two are the impassable blocks. Dig another row out here because it's not divisible by 3. So we'll work on that. I should probably put my military down here or something because there are magnet crabs all over the place. They seem to be able to deal with magnet crabs without too much difficulty, but there you go. Is that done? Call this upper shaft dump. We're going. The cursor's in the right place. This is going to be the stop, the one and only stop. Enter XX. X. Used parts. How to change the direction. Guide south immediately when empty of desired items. Okay. So we're done. And we're going to name this the dump. Then we'll add a new stop. Enter. XXX. New depart condition. And we want it to go east immediately when... No, that's wrong. How do I set it? I want it to be guide. I want it to be to be guide east. I mean, when full of desired items. Maybe I need to right, see what that's. We'll just put again. I'm just going to enable everything, and then new stockpile link. Then N. change that. Change condition. There we go. So, because my cursor was over something, I've done this before, my cursor was over something, so it overwrites the stuff down here, so that's why I got confused. Shift-C, advanced, what's one of the options? No, I'm fine with that. And then we just... Oh, it doesn't like that. We'll assign a vehicle anyway. Not happy with something. Set direction connect trap. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. So died east of you went full of desired items. There we go. Not that I've not been able to get the at least I don't think so. The oh, it must have worked then. For ages, right? This has just been empty. This has been full of wood, and I haven't been able to get anything. I haven't been able to get. That's just been full, and no one's been moving anything, and now they have. So something's gone right. So that's okay. So because I literally never saw that upper track being used the way I wanted it to be. So I don't know whether this track is going to work. I certainly hope so, because the whole point is because then I should just be dumping items down the bottom, and then I can lock the door to make sure no one steps under where everything's going to drop, and then I pull the lever that opens up the hatch and everything falls through, and then I close the hatch, and then I load the then I open the door, and then they've suddenly got access to their items. That's the theory. I'm just going to see if I've got any spare containers that I can use. I've got lots. So there's no reason for everyone not to have a nice stone coffer. But I've got masterful ones that I don't want to waste. But having said that, I think I've actually been wasting my time making furniture out of rock, because rock is obviously a low value material. So if I eventually want to go to my exciting royal apartments, I think I'm going to need things made out of steel. And if I'm going to do that, I think I'm going to need lots of items downstairs where my magma, thing's going to be. Should probably change various things. Build workshop, magma forge. There we go. I've got lots of anvils. I don't know what difference anvils, the type of anvil. I don't know how much that changes things. Is it different having a steel anvil versus another one? And I'm also suddenly realizing that I haven't necessarily taken proper account of making my forges out of magma safe materials. I think that it might automatically make so that you can only build it out of magma safe materials. I think, but I don't know, and I could be wrong. might be an idea to go to my, make sure I've got enough metal smithers going on, the same way as I made sure that I had enough clothes makers earlier on to make all my clothings. I also have a temptation. I think Idle Fortress set of tabs. No, it's somewhere else. I was looking up workflow. I was looking up DFHack workflow. There's like, you know, what workflow stuff do you have? I think that's what I asked for. Yeah, there we go. What does your workflow look like? So this is a message on the Bay 12 forums, and this individual has, you know, all of these items. These are all the clothing types, and I've actually kind of looked at that and thought maybe I should go through that list and make sure that I'm making all of these things. So dresses and robes and because I'm making, at the moment it's just shirts and trousers, shoes and socks, but I could make caps and hoods and mittens and gloves and stuff like that. So that's a thing I might do now that my my workflow has finally succeeded. In terms of doing clothes, so you know, I have enough trousers and I have enough socks and things like that, and shirts and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, suddenly I need some more socks because my socks just dropped. That kind of thing. So I mean, I've got the thing where if folk are using a particular item, then it does immediately get made, which is exactly what you want. And so my initial thing where I kind of had to just do the bare basics: one chest item, one leg item, one foot item. I now can maybe branch out a bit and where's my clothing shop? Oh, that's interesting. The clothing shop not doing anything. So, you know, as you can see, they're making socks. So this was, I had like one footwear clothing shop. I should possibly make. Anyway, and one clothing shop not doing anything. I think this was originally my shirt one, so I'm kind of curious as to why it doesn't have shirts. Shirts, there's shirts. That's interesting that it wasn't doing those things. Yeah, it's interesting that all got cancelled. That's not normally supposed to happen. So workflow should come along and say whether I still need shirts. But you know, I can make this into a general kind of upper body, you know, dealio. So silk dress. This is not the easiest way of doing it. Yarn dress. So Alt W and Shift A and then Shift Enter. So I can declare that I want dresses that are of cloth and yarn, as well as so cloth, silk, and yarn, which is over here, and a range of 30, 35. So that will, open up new sartorial possibilities for my dwarfings. Yeah, that's interesting. Shirts should stop production, but I don't know how often workflow checks for what it should be doing. So yeah, but I think what I'm going to have to do is start. Where are my metalsmiths? Metalsmiths. So I would rather not use these guys because they are reliant on charcoal to get anything done, whereas I can shift F1. I really should change the hotkey so it actually comes down here. Once these get built, I'm just going to have more metalsmithing I can do here. Okay, so there we go. That's okay. I'm just going to rename this. You notice that at the moment it doesn't have any. It's at 0%, which means it hasn't got that many. It doesn't have anything in it at the minute. But people have started moving stuff into the stockpile, which is good. And so hopefully, when there are enough items, they'll push a few of them in. They'll put it into the car and drop it off. It should be interesting to see if that happened. That's interesting. I'm stopping production rock coffin. That implies that I've got enough coffins. Coffin is another thing. I think it's at the moment. I'm thinking cabinets and I can't make a bed. Bed has to be made out of wood. But cabinets and coffers and weapon racks and armor racks, all out of steel, and I want them all to be masterwork. Look at that, it's just brilliant. I'm just going to select that chunk of limonite, and I'm going to go to DF hack and deflood galena 1, deflood limonite 1. There's that some workflow stuff going on in the background. Stuff being put in to the minecart, which is exactly what I want. Can I go and look at the minecart? It's got charcoal in it. Woo! Someone's put one thing. I'm just going to find that clothes maker. And I'm going to Z, and then Z again, and then Y, and N, and I'm just going to call them Master Clothier. Just so I know. Oh, okay. So I already had a shirt place. So we've got put dresses in, so let's put robes in. This is not the best interface, I think. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to go Alt S, Alt W, Shift. Let's go to Shift let's go to Shift A. Let's go to Alt W. I know what I'm doing. And Shift Enter. So the rope is going to be of cloth, and it's going to be of silk, and it's going to be of yarn. I keep going straight past yarn, and there we go. So that's now dresses added to the list of things to be made. And it shouldn't matter if it's made out of pigtail cloth or yarn or silk. So my dwarfy dwarves will have various options for sartorial elegance. I'm just going to add those gradually. I don't think I'm going to add them all at once. Everything's fine up here. Is that still? It's got just charcoal in it. I would quite like Shift 2. So yeah, nothing's been dumped on top of here yet, because that's the next thing I want to happen, is for stuff to get dumped on top of that. And this isn't working either. Neither of these two are working. But hey. Someone's put limonite in, it's just not been dumped. Okay. And I can't examine the stop. So it's possible that I've screwed up somewhere along in here. But debugging it is going to be a pain in the everything. So I'm not going to panic too much. Excellent, I'm going to get a second smelter. That's getting made. Beginning to wonder if I shouldn't add just some blocks into the dump. You know, dump this into the hole in the ground. Excellent, so I can add... Smelt limonite ore, repeat. Smelt malachite ore, repeat. Smelt glen ore, repeat. I'm literally doing this so that I don't have to worry about this being managed by the jobs manager, which if I end up putting enough, because I now have 2 smelters down here, and I think I've only got the 2 smelters up here. I've got the 4 forges, I've got the 2 smelters. That's cluttered. So maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea. Oh well, actually no. The real reason I want to stop, I want them only making smelting ores, because if I want to make pig iron bars, I do need charcoal, and I don't have charcoal down there yet. So I only want to start doing stuff with that when I know I've got charcoal available downstairs in reasonable quantities, which I do not currently have. But I'm getting more limonite because I need more limonite. I will need all the limonite forever. I will always need limonite. I want more. There's just no end to the amount of limonite I want. So I would quite like, I just want to see them, you know, filling this up and then dumping it. I just want to see it work. I have the issue that all the stuff that they make is going to be way downstairs, and I don't have a method of bringing it upstairs except hauling it via the stairs, which is also going to take a long time. But making a minecart that goes up, quite frankly, really intimidates me. get really, really complicated things. I mean, just looking at the wiki pages on how to make, do things with ramps and this and that and the other thing. That just seems just so complicated that I'm not sure I would be able to make it work in any sensible fashion. So I'm thinking I'm just going to avoid it, to be perfectly honest. And just live with the fact that I'm going to be making statues deep, deep, deep down in the middle of the earth, and then to bring it up to my royal apartments that I want to build. Some poor bugger's just going to have to heft the bloody thing all the way up. Yeah. I'm really surprised that steel is so much more valuable than silver. I would have thought silver was the obvious material for making, pretty things, but apparently not. Apparently that is not the case. Alright, let them get on to that. I'm going to quickly check my clothing shops. I'm going to manually suspend the shirts, just in case. And then I'm going to go to Alt W, Shift S, and Shift O. So that's all ongoing. Thread silk, stew cabinets. Let's take it out of severity order. Did I not put dresses on this list? I thought I put dresses on this list. And indeed robes. Dress. Materials. Oh, wrong thing. Cloth. Silk. I'm going to put it in leather, even though I don't have any leather to make them out of. Or I don't have it set up to do it. Yeah, I wonder if I didn't actually add them. So, robe. And the materials are going to be cloth, silk, leather, yarn. And the range is going to be 35. I wonder if I hit escape instead of Y to add them. My memory is that I clicked the right thing, but I'm not sure. Gloves doing fine. How's soap doing? Soap must be a thing that I'm... Oh, bars. Soap is bars. Okay, cool. Soap is doing fine. Cool. Ash is doing fine. Well, Ash is only going to get used if I use soap, so that's fine. Should probably start insisting on making steel bars. It's probably a good thing. I think I'm going to do that. Specific material. What? Okay, that's interesting. And the range will be 35 again, which seems to be my random number. But at the moment I don't actually have any forges that are making steel bars, so should be fine. I think I have more than enough steel bars. Oh no. Oh, okay. Oh right, yeah, okay. So it's going to keep making. It's going to make a few. It's going to make them until it gets to 35, and then it's going to stop. That's filling up nicely. Let's go have a look at the minecart. Still only got charcoal in it. Might be that there's enough hauling jobs going on that that my brain will stop working. There might be enough hauling jobs that the vehicle is simply just getting dropped down the bottom of the list. So anyway, I think I might let things run for a little bit just to see if I can get some of these tasks done, and just leave it until something interesting comes along. So I do hope you've enjoyed watching, and a like and subscribe is always good. And you can find us at www.nearlyenoughdice.com should you be interested in a role-playing game themed podcast and blog. And I do hope you join me again next time, when I'm sure tons more exciting things will happen. Going to watch. He's going to put some stuff into a minecart. It's the most thrilling thing. But until that happens, then, well, tons of people putting stuff into carts. I thought for a second that I was going to put more stuff in carts, maybe enough to get it pushed, but it's not enough. But anyway, until we meet again, have yourselves a very dwarfy day.